What can I say? I've become an SNK simp boy. Plain and simple. You know we love our SNK on this channel. Welcome to another exciting episode of Scanner51 Gets Beat Fighters, the only place to see Scanner51 play fighting games. And today we have a NeoGeo Pocket Color fighting game powered up in our modded Wii. We are playing The Last Blade Beyond the Destiny. Eventually the name will come up as it goes cycles through this little opening right here. This one is from 2000. I constantly forget that the NeoGeo Pocket was around from like the late 90s into the early 2000s. Constantly forget that little nugget of information there. The Last Blade Beyond the Destiny. This is the third Last Blade game. We are, of course, in Scanner51 Gets Beat Year 3, so we are playing 3 games. This is the third game in the series, not the actual third game. So we're back on that 3 train. Chugga chugga choo choo, all aboard. Let's go. Let's not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. There's the name right there, finally. Finally. Let's get this one going. Last Blade, Beyond the Destiny. Let's go. Alright, we had a lot of people to choose from. We'll just start off with our main guy right here. KD, he is the main protagonist. Let's just start with him, and we'll just go down. You can go down. There's more people to go through. I grabbed everything. A lot of people. We're not going to get through all of them, but let's go. Alright, here we go. The first thing you're going to notice is there's music. There's actual music. I actually may have to adjust the volume so you can hear the music. But there is music in this game. Whoa. It is a weapons-based fighter from the year 2000. Again, we have to remember, the NeoGeo Pocket was around until about 2002-ish. You know, it got killed by the Game Boy Advance, so yeah. But, we got a little bonus right there. All right, let's keep it going. Come on, come on. So we have to remember that this is a NeoGeo Pocket game, so they're kind of chibi-like. This is the third game in the series, but not the official third. It's not like the sequel to Last Blade 2. I don't even know the story, like if there's even a story in this. It's basically just a port of The Last Blade 2. So there's real no story to it, so it kind of just repeats the same story. The backgrounds are the same. You'll recognize this background from The Last Blade 2. But yeah, so we're just gonna go through this one. We're not gonna get through everyone, I said. I have a few favorites. We're gonna play one of the guys who's connected to another game. We'll play as him for sure. Yuki wins this one. So, yep, again, enjoying the NeoGeo games. Of course, I am now a NeoGeo simp boy, as I said. The Nintendo Switch has made me a NeoGeo simp boy with all the NeoGeo games that you can play. This game's on there as well, but for $7. And but again, we got that modded Wii, so we don't even need to use it or buy it, I should say. So getting used that modded Wii. It is getting a workout now. Last few weeks we've been using it. Victory right there. Let's jump out and pick someone else. He's a good soldier right here. We jumped out, so now let's actually pick Yuki to play. Who else we got in here? We got a few. There's a few people here. This whole row, and then there's another row right here. Here's the guy right here I'm talking about. We're going to play as him later. Let's just jump in with Yuki. You can pick between like power and speed. Of course, the power, you're gonna do more damage. He's beating me up there. Thank you, Yuki, for finally getting a swing. Yuki is actually the lone Russian in this game. So he is the lone Russian character in this game. So this, as we have mentioned in the past with our last 2 Last Blade games, this game takes place during the Bakusumi Bakasumi, I think I'm saying that right, period, in Japan. Yuki wins on that one, right on. So it takes place during that period of time, which is 1850s to late 1860s, when Japan was ending its isolationist period. They were opening themselves up to the West, to America, to Europe, more to Europe, as well as their neighbors to the East, China and everything like that. So they were no longer isolationists and like that. Let's jump out and pick someone else. Keep going. Let's get through all these people. We're not getting through. Let's try at least. So that's what's kind of cool with this game. You get a little bit of history with it. This is our second, like, he's kind of his rival. This guy is kind of like the rival. I always pick power. I don't care. I'm going to pick power every time. I know speed is good, and we do try to, you know, play as fast as possible on these games. Wow, she's really slashing at me, isn't she? You can, but I always pick power when it comes to this game. You can see there the life meter goes from a light blue to a dark blue. Mine is already flashing red. Ooh, she got me there, didn't she? He has like a... There it is right there, that little speed slash right there. Oh! She can freeze you. Oh! Oh, she got me. She got me. So we are using our modded Wii. As I said, it is getting a workout. The last several games have been played with the modded Wii, so we are grateful for that. This game did not make our handheld little... We did like a handheld, 3 weeks of handhelds, and didn't make it because of the proximity to the other Last Blade game. So we had to skip it. But this is indeed a fun game. I have been playing it for about a day or two. I try to play all the games beforehand. I saw a comment several weeks ago. I don't know, maybe 8 weeks ago at this point, that kind of criticized how we play the games. That we don't do enough quote-unquote basic moves, which I don't know what that... What is a basic move? So to that person, thank you for at least watching the channel, but I'm not sure what you mean by basic moves. We play the games ahead of time. I like to come in cold because I think that's how it should be done, especially since that's how it was back in the 90s. All right, let's jump down to this second row and we can come down to... let's do Lee first. Lee does hand-to-hand combat stuff. Lee here is the lone Chinese character in the game. The lone Chinese character. As I said before, Yuki here, who we're fighting, is the lone Russian character. She's a Russian character. And then the rest of them are, I believe, there might be one American or one European in there. And then the rest, of course, are Japanese. Lee here is our one Chinese character. Yeah, I didn't know how to really respond to that person of, I play the games beforehand, I go in cold, I think that's the best way to do it. So, ooh, sliced me across the chest. You got little ice powers there and stuff. She had those in the last game as well. But yeah, again, to that person, I don't know what to tell you. I play the games beforehand. I go in cold. I play them like the games I pick. We pick on a docket that's on a master list and everything. I do not play the games heavily beforehand. You know, it's like 1 or 2 plays before, a weekend before, a couple days before. Ooh, got me. We don't come here to win. We don't come here to win. We don't come here to win sometimes. That's how it is on Scanner51 Gets Beat. We get beat. All right, I chose speed this time with her, and that worked out really great right there. Whoa, charging up there. So a lot of these characters are never seen again, unfortunately. SNK will do that sometimes. They will take characters, use them, and then you will never see them again. Ask the World Heroes group. The World Heroes characters never seen again. Some of these characters, I do not recall them ever being another SNK game. Look at that. He was blocking everything, but she finally got him. Finally. But, you know, that is just how it is with this company. The amount of fighting games they produced. King of Fighters, as we all know, is their big compilation where they bring everyone together from Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, all the other games. But some of the Samurai Showdown characters do appear in the King of Fighters. Sometimes, not all the time. These characters, unfortunately, have never made the cut. This is their second weapons-based fighter next to Samurai Showdown. I think it's probably a better fighting game, a weapons-based fighter. More technical, if you ask me. Or at least the main games in the arcades are. But, whoa. Oh, he's gonna do a super. There it is right there. Okay, yeah, great, fantastic. Cool, you're awesome, bud. You're awesome. Ah, he got me there. Some bitch got me. We have a timer going as usual, so we will end this in a few minutes. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's unfortunate that some of these characters don't reappear later on. This girl might actually reappear in a King of Fighting game. I'd have to double check, but she might. It's just the luck of the draw, just the amount of characters you got and the amount of space you don't have. Even though King of Fighters is now up to a roster of like 33, I think. Maybe more. Maybe more. Look, that's a basic attack. Look, see, 3-hit combo. Basic attack, guy. Basic attack, person who watches my channel. Basic attack, and I win. And I won. Calm down. I don't know what that person wants. I don't know what that person wants. I don't know. I don't know. Here's like our guy. He's like, I wouldn't call him an antagonist. I wouldn't. All right, here we go. Whoa, she opens up fast. What are you doing, lady? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa. You were able to hook up two NeoGeo Pockets together and play against a friend. This is the story mode we're playing, so it is a randomized ladder to a point, although sometimes it does not randomize. It will give you the first or second people and everything, but for genuinely speaking, it's almost a randomized ladder. Stop it. There we go. Got her. Incredibly fun game. I feel that the NeoGeo Pocket games are good beginner games for people trying to get into the fighting game community. If you're able to find it, I mean, again, they're all available on Switch, so it's not like you can't get them. And there's also a Pocket Collection for the Switch, and the actual game cartridge itself. Or you can buy them individually, a la carte. But I think the Pocket games are a good way to get for anyone to get into the fighting game community. It's 2 buttons. The harder and longer you press, the different type of damage you do and attacks. But yeah, I think it's got her. I think they're good ways to get into this medium, if you will. There is a survival mode where, oh, we don't want to do that. Let's go to this guy right here. I like him. So Zantetsu here, he is loosely related to a Fatal Fury character. Ninja in the Fatal Fury series. They basically have the same slight connection to each other with the way they fight and everything, although the Fatal Fury character wears a mask and everything, but this guy apparently comes from the same clan. So while he's not in the games, he is loosely related to the character, especially in the bio. It says it for the Fatal Fury character. I can't remember his name. Katsu, I believe. Maybe it's Katsu in the Fatal Fury series. Purple ninja guy uses 2 blades just like this guy right here. So, little action there, huh? Got him with a big slice. Got him with the big slice. We're gonna keep going as him. We're gonna do one more as him. We'll give him one more, and then we'll move on to, I'm not going to play as a fisherman guy. I don't like him. I'm not a fan of his. I'm just not a fan of that guy. We'll finish up with the guy there's like a guy with a baseball bat, a big old club. He goes to the club. We'll use, we'll finish off with him. Whoa! Oh, I was going to do something. He blocked it. He kind of disappeared. See? He's a fucking ninja, that's why. Look, he's invisible. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Got him. With my ninja skills. My mad ninja skills. Look at this guy. Oh, look at that. I don't think there's juggling in this game. Oh, okay, there is juggling. Boom, boom, boom. Get a little combo right there. We are, of course, using a Wii Classic controller because we are on the modded Wii. So we are on that. Do not... Damn. I have a NeoGeo controller. It doesn't work with anything that I have. So it doesn't. Not even with the Switch. They said it would. So I bought it, but it just doesn't work. Got to use it on like Mac, I guess, or Windows. I don't play games on computer, so... Come on, come on. There it is. Got him right there. Got him right there. All right, here we go. Last one right here. This guy with the big bats. Homeboy's got a big bat. Homeboy's got a big bat. Whoa! Speak softly. Carry a big stick. That's what Teddy Roosevelt always said. And that's what this guy does. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 7-hit combo. I don't know what that guy's talking about. I do basic moves. Like, does he mean like supers? Yeah, I don't do a lot of supers. Because these old games, your supers are like, half circle this, quarter circle that, this, that, 85 buttons here. Like, I don't have time for that. No one has time for supers like that anymore. That's why they're 1-button combos now in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. That's why. So we don't have time for that. I have to assume that's what he was talking about. He didn't, like, that guy wants me to do, like I'm flashing right there. Do a super, do a super. I don't read up on how to do everybody's moves. As I didn't buy games based on whose moves I knew. It's not how games were bought back in the 90s or anything. Oh yeah, guys beat me up. Guys beat me up really good. Boom. 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 Oh. Boom. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's getting me back. He's getting back at me. He's getting back at me. There we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. Look, I like that. Oh, there it is right there. It is right there. It is right there. Boom. We are done. We are done with the last blade. We're done. Pleasant dreams. Alright, thank you everyone for joining me today with The Last Blade Beyond the Destiny, the third Last Blade game, just not the third in the story. This is basically a handheld port of The Last Blade 2. So thank you everyone for joining me. Let's not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe for more entertainment just like this. We are a NeoGeo Simp Boy now. So that's it for me, everyone. Scanner51, don't get beat, all that stuff. Last Blade, Beyond the Destiny. I'm out of here.
Hello everyone, Radiant Diamond here. So if you made it this far in the video, remember to comment Slay down below in the comments. Bye.